Assalamualaikum and a very good day. So today I, Teacher Fiqry, going to present on you about intervention and strategies towards challenging behavior. So let's go. So the first thing that we want to cover is the behavior itself. So what is actually a behavior? Is essentially an expressive act by an individual that can have many forms of meaning. It could be positive behavior or negative behavior. And that's when comes in the two types of behavior that can children present or show, even in adult as well, which is passive and active. Passive, for example, is non-compliance, withdrawal, avoidance, inattentive lack of response. While active can be direct refusal to engage, aggression, and self-injuries, for example. So these are the surface of what is actually a behavior. So next would be why behavior comes. There are three reasons. Which is the first one is because of obtaining desired object or demand. The second one is avoiding a situation, and third is escaping from undesired event. So the first one, obtaining desired object or demand, there must be something that they wanted but they didn't get. So they show the behavior, they come up with the behavior to get what they want. While avoiding a situation, for example, they are avoiding uh some things yang macam they need to interact on, so they will show non-compliance refusals to trying their best to escape from it to avoid situation. And when that comes with the last one, escaping from undesired event, for example, event that they know that they perceive it as undesired, they would try their best to escape by showing behavior. So for us, occupational therapists, interventionists, we focus on two intervention strategies that help to overcome challenging behavior. Which is the first one is to be prepared for problem behavior and behavior management approaches. So let's start with being prepared for problem behavior. So as you can see here, there are six things that I want to talk about, which is the first one is ruling out pain or illness. We can understand that special needs children or children, in example, when it comes to behavior, let's say if they're trying to showcase their dissatisfied, they could use pain or illness as a sudden onset to show that they dissatisfied with that things. So sudden onset work on which is us for us to focus on working on identify and execute plan to remediate source of pain, because there are children who were trying to hurt themselves when they don't want to do the some tasks. So our ways will be to identify how we can remediate the source of pain with massages to give more input. The second one is establishing predictability and consistency. It is important for us interventionists and occupational therapists to always predict and consistent in terms of what is going to happen when it comes to conducting a child. So consistent in terms of schedule can help to allay child's anxiety, because uh, let's be honest, the autism kids are very rigid. They need to know what's going to happen after this, going where, and stuff. So when we establish predictability, that we predict that these kids are like this, we can help them to, okay, we are going to this, after that, here, and that, and that's it, to calm them down. And then the third one is creating a calm atmosphere. This is very important because when we want them to feel more safe and not feeling anxious when they are entering into a therapist room. So we want to make sure keeping environment clean and safe will create order and predictability. And the next one is attending to appropriate behavior. There are times that children shows appropriate behavior to things that we do, for example, the task, and then they show appropriate behavior, we should give the consequence, which is the reward, right? So giving reward to the appropriate behavior by giving compliment, macam, good job, you did it, macam, nice. This is one an example to attend to appropriate behavior, because we want them to tell them that this is the behavior that is appropriate, then this is nice to a certain event. So the next one is the using do statements, because let's be honest, especially kids or kids in general doesn't understand the word don't. Like, don't do that, because the more we say don't do that, they will do more. So instead of don't do, let's say, don't pull your sister's hair, rephrase the word to uh do do touch your sister's hair, not pull. Do touch your sister's hair. So we want to rephrase so that they understand that this is what we want. Don't pull your sister's hair. And last but not least is keeping perspective, because it is important to always put our perspective in their perspective, and why did the behavior come. So to be prepared to respond to any challenging behavior and quickly re-establish appropriate behavior is very important for us to prepare anything that could come, right? Because as a therapist, we need to understand from their side as well, so that we can achieve the same middle ground. Okay. So next intervention I want to talk about is behavior management approaches. There are two, which is prevent challenging behavior and support desired behavior. Okay, let's start with prevent challenging behavior. So when it comes to challenging behavior, it can be to help prevent a child to engage to. Here's the thing, like challenging behavior, when this behavior comes, it would stops them or hinder them from enable themselves to participate to play activities. For example, if they can't rough and tumble play, of course they feel frustrated. I cannot join in. Why? So this is what we can do is as intervention, there are 7 strategies that we are focused on: minimize, control sharing, engage the environment, communication, expectation, self-regulate, demand, match with abilities. Let's start with minimize aversive event. Um, Here's the thing. There are events that we need to realize that if it can happen, it can happen. So what we can do to minimize the impact of it. So situation and scenarios perceived through child's eye, when we perceive it from their eyes that what they want to do, we would try our best to avoid at any cost. And the second one is sharing control, because here's the thing. They don't know how to have control towards certain things. So by helping them to give freedom for them to choose activities, in a therapy session, it helps them to build self-esteem. Like, okay, good job. Because we want to make teach them that you can make your own decision. It's up to you. So yeah. And the next one is environment that promotes successful engagement. Here's the thing. Environment with better engagement can reduce boredom, because not all child are very interested to sit for an hour and 30 minutes in a therapy session. Just sit, do tasks, and then sit for a long time. So by doing this, uh, creating this fun environment, they can engage better. So they don't feel bored. They feel like they can sustain compliance for a longer time. And for communication effectiveness, is that some autism kids, especially nonverbal, we want to teach them that if they don't feel satisfied or offer, please do tap my hand. This is an example. We want them to, okay, they don't like it when we do it. Okay, what we can do to establish establish that yes, I do understand what you mean. So we can try and do other things and do back that again. So this is when it comes to communication effectiveness, using physical gesture or sign language and exchanging written symbol or icon. And then clarifying expectation. So here's the thing. Intervention and occupational therapists need to clarify expectation to the client, to the children, on to alleviate the misunderstanding, because when, let's say, put on button, they can be misunderstood. Oh, I need to do this every single day. But our expectation is different. We just want to do it for just 2 times only. Put on and put out button, and that's it. So what we can do to say, okay, expectation is that you can able to do it for 2 times only, and that's it, so that they don't feel the stress, or feeling that I want to refuse this at all costs. So yeah. Support self-regulation includes we want to support them in terms of regulating the emotion, helping them to identify any disorganized behavior. So, for example, maybe some children don't understand their emotions. So, as a therapist and interventionist, we can help them to point out that, oh, what are you feeling right now? It's angry. It's okay. I understand. So, this is let's count it 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until anger comes down. That's an example of it, support self-regulation and match demand to ability. So here's the thing. We want to make sure that they can maximize their effort and maximize their information, sensory information processing. So we match demand to abilities. Let's say we want them to able to do this, so we need to see their capabilities on doing the task so that it can make just right challenge that match with the ability can alleviate frustration. Let's say we did something that a bit higher than their abilities, obviously it will frustrate them, right? So as a therapist and interventionist, it is important for us to make it as right as it is. For example, five pieces puzzle can be very difficult for this person, so it will alleviate frustration, right? So we make it just right. Let's start with one piece first, and then two piece, three piece, until they can able to do it. Next is a support desired behavior. As you can see that positive behavior is highly encouraged in children and support for play skill and communication skill among peers and family, which I want to focus on general and specific because under general and specific there are tons of strategies to support desired behavior. There are two things, which is meeting sensory needs and building new skills in general. For specific, is compliance through contingency method, token economies, positive reinforcement, alternate prefer and non-prefer activities, and address transition. So let's go. So here are all the seven strategies that combine together, general and specific. So the first one is meeting sensory needs. As you can see, that autism children need to meet their sensory needs. Excuse me. So when sensory promising information ineffective, behavior comes out. So this is an example of the behavior, which are why behavior comes out because of not enough or ineffective sensory pressure. So what we can do to make sure that the right behavior comes out when right amount of sensory needs is given. So this is important to support the desired behavior. For example, to them is touching hand is a bit too much because they cannot process on tactile, which is touches. So what we can do is massages their hand to tell that this is their hand, they can touch it here. This is an example of meeting sensory needs. For build new skills, skills that appear with greater barrier to independent self-care should be prioritized. For example, self-help that we focus on is put on and off button, put on and off and keep your shoes, spoon, and feeding are one of the examples that we help to build new skills so they can this is one of the things we want to support the desired behavior. They can able to independently taking care of themselves, washing hands, put on and off button. So this is one thing that we want to prioritize. So next is increase compliance through contingency method. So in other words, we want to make sure they can comply to us, right? So there's this contingency method which is giving reward or offering rewards can help to elicit participation towards non-preferred activities. There are activities that not all kids enjoy. So by giving them rewards, it helps them to be more compliant. And the next one is the token economies, which is token can be exchanged for privileges. When it comes to token economies, let's give an example. So let's say they need to do put on and off button, but they don't want to do it. The behavior comes out. So what we can do to support the desired behavior that we want is okay. Teacher want to do put on and off button. If you can collect all five stickers, you get 2 minutes of free time. Play anything you want to play. So this is an example. So they know that oh okay after doing this non-preferred activity they can do other things for free. for not being disturbed for at least this amount of minute privilege because they deserve privilege. So this one we want to support. The next is a positive reinforcement, which is a lot of time we use it when it comes to engaging them to the task specific strategy that has been established as a powerful behavior change technique. For example, we want this when the right behavior comes out, we give them reward. And it tells in their mind that, oh, if I behave like this, I can get this kind of reward. So because of that, they the desired behavior comes out, good behavior, obedience, and all that stuff. This is an example of it. And the next one is alternate preferred and non-preferred activities. When it comes to not gonna lie, like I said before, not all kids enjoy doing some tasks. For example, put on and off button because it's very difficult for them to, not yet able to put on off button. So what we can do is alternate first. Such okay, let's put on off button first, and then do other things that they like. Maybe playing bubble, and then do again, and then play bubble and do again. So this is what we can do because we want them to uh, master the skills, but at the same time, we don't want this behavior comes up as a direct refusal or with avoidance. We want them to participate fully or comply. So these are the things that we do. And last but not least, addressing transition. Autism kids don't like transition. Not gonna lie. They are very rigid. When they know that they need to go to gym, that's it. That's why when it comes to transition from gym to class and class to gym, we need to address the transition. We're going to tell them when the moment they come in, we're going to gym and then class and back to gym, and you go back home so that they know that, oh, okay, this is the four things that I need to do and no more than that. So that strategies to reduce non-compliance and refusal when transitioning environment or people is applied. So we want them to comply to us when doing the task, right? And one of the example we can address transition is showing visual schedule. Maybe a picture showing that, okay, first we're going to this gym and then class and then gym again for free time and then going back with parents. So that the moment they say that, oh, this is the only four things that we're going to do. So that's all. So thank you for listening to my presentation on intervention strategies for changing behavior. So thank you.